Oh my.
Oh my. We
Don't
have.
you just love it when plans come together?
Oh man, I love it. We have today the Big Time.
Say hood.
Let's go.
It's like when the Avengers come together.
Oh, is it? Because it is. So,
Cowboy Nation, where you at?
man, where are you at?
Let's go.
Let's go get it. Let's go get
Let
it.
her let the two boys out the cage. Oh my goodness.
It's Thursday. They trying to say it's slow. It's not slow to me.
It's never slow.
Okay, yeah.
If
It's
ESPN won't say it, we gonna say it.
We gon' say it. Exactly. Nah, we've been looking to do this for some time. Me and Big Time. Yeah, it is time for the Big Time.
Oh man.
The Big
Y'all better
Time.
be ready.
Oh yeah, I think they ready. You think they ready?
Look, I don't know, boss. I don't know, but I tell you what, they better get ready.
Yeah, you ain't got no choice now.
You ain't got no choice.
Yes, indeed. So I see y'all coming in the building. Queen, Keystone, Miss Lockhart, Sin City. Yes.
Yeah, y'all better come on.
Come on. Get up. Yeah.
And the old DJ used to say, sit back and relax.
Sit back and relax. And see, this the sad part. Big Time told me he ready to fight your boy, man. So it's gonna be some violence today.
Hey man, look, the only Texas people I know that stayed together family was the Von Erichs. Everybody else fought each other.
hey, I guess we gotta get dirty. We gotta
get a little dirty.
Hey, I'm with a little
But we
bit
still
of dirty.
family.
Oh no, we
still
real family. I been just, cause you told me, said we gotta fight about that Zeke. So
yeah,
let's gear up for it. Here we go. Nah, I don't want that. I want this. Let's go.
I'm gonna do a little something different, boss, since they got it like that. Man, look, as y'all come in, clap your hands. Do something. At your foot. Do something. Bob your head.
Alright, he say clap your hands. Alright, so let's go. Let's just get right into it. So you say, Miss Lockhart, I love you. Miss Lockhart is showing love on Facebook and she's showing love on YouTube. Like, will you like go to both locations to hit that like button? You are official. You are.
They like you.
That is fire. Miss
That's
Lockhart,
flame.
Yeah, she's about.
You gotta get a whole phrase. You
fire.
Can't go. You got flame.
Let me see. My button kind
You
of
got
a little
fire.
You see all these.
You got flame.
Dirty.
There you go. There you go.
Capped up in here. So let's go get to it. So let's kick it off with Zeke. Let's go.
Oh man, look, come on now, boss. Some of these people don't know me, man. At least introduce me to your vast people that you have.
Okay, let's go. So we got.
Don't do me like that. They gonna criticize me now.
All right, let's kick it off right. I'm gonna kick you off right. So we got. His real name is Douglas, but we call him Big Time. Pastor
That's
Bishop
me.
Douglas. So you should be able to tell by the twang that he's a preacher. So
Got it.
It just naturally flows out of him. So that's the Big Time show. So let's tell him about your show, and then we go get into it.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you. First of all, appreciate Boss, my good partner for years, followed him for a long time. Appreciate all of you who are watching tonight. I'm happy that Boss will share his platform with me. I am Doug Brooks, a.k.a. Big Time. Listen, my show is the Big Time Show, as you can see there. All you have to do is go to YouTube right now, Big Time Show. Follow that real quick. Facebook, the Big Time Show. You can follow that there. Hey, I'm just a preacher. I'm just a guy who just flat out love the Dallas Cowboys. I have the same passion that your boy Boss here has, OC, Law, and of course Big Game. We're all family. Boss has been on my show before, coming back soon, no doubt. Love this brother, man. Love his drive. Love the way he goes at things. Proud of him. I always inbox him and tell him to keep going, keep pushing,
always
keep doing everything, man. I don't need no fanfare. I just support those who deserve support. Boss is one of these guys, along with his team that he had. Hey, it's just a privilege just to share this platform. Appreciate you, Boss, as always, man.
Oh, no, appreciate you. And just real quick, since I know it's going to be some people that's going to watch this show on replay, I want to kind of get y'all kind of caught up with what's going on before we kind of get into the content. So obviously we've been having like a lot going on. We had Michael Gilkin come in, drop some nuggets. We just had Aisha, but it's not going to stop. All right. So Sunday, Kevin Gray is coming in.
Wow.
That's going to be amazing. Then it's not going to stop after that. Tuesday, we go also have Cal Yeoman, you know, Dallas Cowboys TV host and reporter. And it's not going to stop after that. It's going to keep going. On Wednesday, we have Clarence Hill coming in with Cowboy Fan Talk. So
the only thing I don't like about Clarence, he throwing them hooks up. You know, I'm a Cowboy, so I don't like to, you know, we in the same family. But hey, Clarence, if you're watching, sir, look, okay, God bless you, but noob all day long, baby. We'll go ahead.
I see you on the noob game. Hey, you know Rome is also cute, so you know, you fight one, you gotta fight them all. Plus my
I ain't got no problem with it. I can stand with him.
So my old man the Q too, so you know, so it's
man.
Hey, Derek Eagle to the Q, so make sure sure you ready to have that fight, cause see, you might.
I didn't have no choice, boss. My daddy is a Cowboy, so I had no choice. Ain't no question about it.
You had a choice.
No, I made the right choice. You did right.
Wait. All right, let's look.
We don't want to fight about this now, dude.
I ain't gonna fight about that. That ain't my fight. That's your fight. I just don't think you want that fight with them Cowboys, Big Time. I don't. Yeah. It's too deep. Hold on real quick. They say you low, boss. 1, 2, 3. All right, hold on real quick. Appreciate it. Am I better now, y'all? Is this better? Let me know. Hold on real quick. Y'all give me one second.
Sound good to me, boss.
1, 2, 3. I turned me up. 1, 2, 3. That shit sound better. All right, let's get into it. You up first. So you want to throw the first punch? Let's go. You want to throw the first punch on this?
Boss just the other day, for those that watch, Boss had an awesome show where he had the whole panel talking about Zeke, and I think Big Game was the only one that really went against the grain, of course, as you want to say. I tag team with Big Game.
Okay.
Let me preface this by saying this. First of all, I love Ezekiel. I love what he's meant to the Cowboys. I love what he's done for the Cowboys. But, boss, we got to start calling things as it is and not the way that we want it to be. All right.
So how is it? I want to hear
Here's what he is.
Okay. I'm listening.
I'm gonna take it from this standpoint. You can't argue with the touchdowns and yards. You could argue where the placement on the field was when he did a lot of damage. I'm not gonna argue that part. He was productive. Here's my thing, and this is the point where I'm coming from. And I jumped in on your chat. If Tony Pollard goes down, we are not good with Ezekiel Elliott being the lead back. Because what it is going to do, and we've seen this for the last couple of years, so we can't argue with the history. It is going to make Dak Prescott throw the football at least 37 to 45 times a game. There's no question in my mind. Because what Mike McCarthy has built, if you notice, he's built a track team. Everything is speed. Everything is speed. Zeke Elliott is a plugger, a great one at that. But it's going to slow us down. It is not going to be an 1,300 yard year. Zeke has not proven in the last few years that he can even last like that. We know this. He's injured now. That's the only thing that I'm gonna say. He is he is very productive. I see you, Coach Marv. I already know you coming in. He's very productive. But let's just say, from this perspective, let's say Pollard gets injured. And now it's because you're not going to disrespect him and say, well, he's our third back. No. Zeke Elliott would be your lead back.
Right.
Are we comfortable with Zeke being the lead back since we want to pound and run the ball so much? Zeke Elliott, at this point, my view, is not that guy anymore. He's a complimentary back now. That's all I'm saying. If Pollard goes down, are we comfortable with saying Zeke is our lead back? We done seen the movie before. That's all I got to say.
I thought it was a good movie. You didn't like the movie?
The movie, well, as I said before, don't get me twisted now. He was productive.
I'm just asking, did you like the movie?
But it really wasn't a lead, though. It was, look, we had a, look, Bob, these are the facts now. We had a second on the depth chart guy make the Pro Bowl. Our first lead back did not. There's a reason why he made the Pro Bowl. So he was more explosive.
All right, let me ask you a question, because I agree with you. You're not wrong. Pollard was more explosive, right? But is it fair to not factor in that Zeke was actually playing through a knee?
No question about it, but that also is my point. He has been consistent over the last couple of years with being hurt, which at this point in time is becoming a little bit too consistent, and his age. We cannot deny
he 26
that he has lost a step. Now, whether that's because of injury, I'll give you that. You're supposed to lose a step if you're injured. But Zeke, if you want to get things popping, Tony Pollard was the man that you put in the building and let him work. Zeke, that's play calling, and God knows, how I feel about that. Whether that's play calling, that's another whole issue. But here's the thing. There are some plays that Tony Pollard made that Ezekiel Elliott would not have made because of where he was, whether that's injured or whether that's because he lost a step. It's just the truth.
Okay.
You fit to box me, man, or what?
Oh, no, we boxing on this. Because, see, this is the thing. But first, before I start punching, I want to first kind of hear you all the way. When you say lose a step, what exactly, where did he lose his step? I want to hear this.
Well, I'm going to side with you on this one because you brought it up. Injury makes you lose a step, especially if you're playing hurt.
Exactly.
He's been playing hurt for the last couple of years.
Right.
We know that. We seen that. He doesn't have the speed that he used to have, obviously. That's because he playing with a PCL. We don't know, did he re-injure it? Of course, they're not going to let us know that part because of that. That's the case. Now, if you're telling me he's 100%, well, we ain't seen that in the last couple of years. So to be honest with you, I'll give you that. I don't know if he's that guy again. We just ain't seen the last few years. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I know. I know you ain't see it. So let me ask you a question then. Because you said he lost a step on speed, right? Is that what you're talking about? His speed? So I would just say this. The thing is, to me, not about Zeke versus Pollard.
Okay.
Because they complemented each other.
Yes.
And to me, they need each other. So I'm gonna just ask you another question. That hit that happened on Zeke in 2021, do you think that could have happened to Pollard?
No. But you got to keep in mind that when you start talking about Pollard on that end, you got to keep in mind, I live here in Memphis. He went to school here in Memphis. He wasn't even the third. He was the third string running back then. He's not built to carry a load. He never was.
Right.
He's a Swiss Army knife type running back.
Okay.
He's a weapon.
Hold on, because I don't think you heard my question right.
Go ahead.
So Zeke, when he was hit on his knee in 2021, do you think that could have happened to Pollard?
No.
So you think okay, let me say it like this. When Tony Pollard hurt his ankle, do you think that could have happened to Zeke?
Don't know that because Zeke is built a little bit tougher.
Okay, because this is my opinion. What happened to Zeke could have happened to anybody. That's my point. Because he got hit right on that knee.
Yeah, folded it back almost. Yeah, the opposite way. Yeah.
In my opinion, that could happen to anybody.
Mm-hmm.
So it's almost like Jalen Smith when he had that freakish knee injury. He was what, 21?
Mm-hmm.
But he still had what, a freakish injury.
Mm-hmm.
So then when you go to 2022, what happened to his knee then? Do you remember?
I believe it was more of a build off. I mean, a spin off where that nerve damage got even more. I think he sprained it real bad, if I'm not mistaken.
It was the Detroit game. It was the Detroit game.
Mm-hmm.
And Zeke, he hyperextended it based on how he landed.
Mm-hmm.
So it wasn't one of those injuries to where he was just running and it was a non-contact injury.
I thought you talking about Jalen Smith.
Not Jalen, but you're right on Jalen. That's what happened to Jalen. But my case that I'm making on Zeke is there's a real possibility that it was bad luck. Because Michael Gilkin talked about that. He said there's a chance that what happened to him was more bad luck than it is knee wearing down. Because let me ask you a question. Is there any back in the NFL more durable than Zeke?
Only maybe one. And the argument would be made probably for Derrick Henry, and that's it.
I wouldn't even add Derrick Henry.
Well, I'm not saying you saying you wouldn't add him.
Not when it comes down to injury, no. Because didn't he have an ACL injury?
He missed. That was his foot that he missed. I believe it was his foot that he missed just about the whole season.
So he missed the whole season. So we got
about
Zeke.
The whole playoffs. Yeah.
We got Zeke who missed 2 games in his whole career.
Yeah, he's more durable. Oh, man, I give it to Zeke. I just said that would be the only name you could probably throw up.
So that you could, and see, in Henry, right? He missed the whole season, so I couldn't even put him in the category of Zeke. So let me ask you a question. Based on Zeke's history, is he more prone for those knees to be freakish, or was he wearing down based on his history?
You have to put that on the wearing down. You have to.
Why?
All those hits and all that. I mean, we can't deny.
Why can't I put it on freakish?
You can, but you can't deny. You can't put away the wearing down process. That kid has been getting hit, man, since high school like this. Ohio State was the same way. Sooner or later, it has to show up. When you play the style that he plays, I mean, the bowling ball power style, it has to show up eventually. And I just think that part, not saying he's not productive now. I don't want nobody to think I'm off here. I'm just saying the body just can't take that for 7 or 8 years, and you don't expect it to show up. It's got to show up. I think it has showed up, slowly but surely. He's still viable. He still can get the job done. and how depends on how you play him. But as far as being, I'm not comfortable. I'm taking it from this point. I'm not comfortable if Pollard goes down and say, okay, Zeke, you my number one, and whoever else my number two, and my three. I'm not comfortable with Zeke getting the ball because I done seen it before. I'm not comfortable with Zeke getting the ball 16 to 18 times for 55 to 58 yards.
Why you not comfortable if he healthy? That's my question. If he's healthy, why wouldn't you be comfortable? Because if you look at Zeke, both years before the knee injuries, nobody had any issues with him. It was literally zero concern about Zeke before the knee. So I show this clip all the time, and we can literally put it on any one of the games before that knee, and you will see fantastic running of the ball. So if you could get this Zeke back, you wouldn't want this Zeke to give you 18 to 20 carries? This Zeke.
But he wasn't getting it, though.
He was getting it. In 2021, him and Pollard led the league in rushing yards, and it was mostly Zeke before he got hurt on the knee. He was outrunning Pollard.
He was doing it.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. If you're telling me that, first of all, I used to beg for Kellen Moore to give Zeke 20 plus carries. But when you look at the stats, he would only have 16 to 18 carries. In some games, of course, depending on if he let that get pass happen, it was even less than that. But the times that he did get the ball, you're right, he still was a 1,000-yard rusher. He still was productive. His average per carry was still up there with the best. I'm not denying.
With a bad knee. Add that in there too.
With a bad knee, without question. But at this point, I'm still saying that if, again, ask me if I'm comfortable with the question, not the question. Your answer was if he's healthy. Well, that's the question right there. And can he stay healthy? If he's healthy, I will bow down and say, yeah, let's roll. But I just don't think he's that guy like he was back then. I think he needs, just like any other running back, Derrick Henry just about the only one that gets away with it now. Every other running back needs a number two and possibly a number three to get the job done. If Zeke is giving me 4.4 yards a carry, I'm good. I'll take it because I know my other two gonna do the same. I just don't want this offense to get into a position, boss, that Dak Prescott is throwing the ball 35 plus times a game because the running game is not effective. That's what I'm looking at. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, so the running game would be effective as long as Zeke is not hurt. It will work. That's my point. That's my first point. My second point is this. To not want Zeke is to want Ronald Jones. That's why I don't understand. This is what I don't understand. I don't understand the crowd that's like, let's move on from Zeke. Hold on real quick. Let me hold on. Just give me 1 second. Let me paint this part real quick. I do not get it's time to move on from Zeke crowd. I don't get y'all. I don't get y'all. Because to say it's time to move on from Zeke is to say we are going to move forward with Ronald Jones and trust it. It's not saying that he can't, but we talking about a running back who was beat out 2 years in a row.
Yeah, that can't be denied.
We talking about a guy to where you got to literally go back 3 years to get any kind of quality highlights out of him. You got to go, but we got our fans saying, which I don't understand, it's time to move on from Zeke. Let's move on. But even on a bad knee, Zeke did twice as much as Ronald Jones.
Yeah.
So to say we don't want Zeke is to say we going to move forward contently with Ronald Jones. I don't get the logic. Can you explain that logic to me?
I side with you on that. The only thing that from the Cowboy perspective, because they don't look at it like we do.
Okay.
They're looking at he's 25 years old. They're looking at he didn't play with Kansas City last year. They're saying, well, he got fresh legs. That's what they're looking at. And then
isn't that crazy though? Isn't that crazy?
Let me finish putting this present together.
You tried.
Number 3 is this, most importantly.
I'm listening.
He cheap. So what they're thinking is, which is really the main one. We're talking about Stephen Jones here, so let's not forget. He's cheap, he's 25, and he's got fresh legs. But what the part they're not saying is this.
I'm listening.
Which is main to me, boss. You know, everybody gonna have different outlooks on it. The main fumbles the football. Consistently. He fumbles the football. Now, yes, he's a little bigger. He's stout. He can run between the tackles. But like you said, there's a reason why he didn't get no field time on the field with Kansas City.
He got beat out.
He got beat out.
He got beat out by a 7th round running back.
By 7th rounders, young guys. That's not too much.
But we said this dude is Zeke's replacement. He can't beat out a 7th round running back.
Well, if he's Zeke's replacement, he can't beat out Tony Pollard. How about that?
Exactly.
He can't beat out Tony Pollard. He comes in.
That's even
second
worse.
On the depth chart.
That's even worse because to beat out Tony Pollard, that's almost anybody in the league would have trouble beating out how Pollard was playing last year. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So Tony Pollard, literally one of the best in the league. He couldn't beat out 7th round rookies.
No.
So if you can't beat out 7th round rookies, how do I expect you to just all of a sudden be able to generate for me 800 yards and 12 touchdowns like we got out of a banged up Zeke? Because my thing is this. It's not even, in my opinion, Zeke or no Zeke. It's more so, what's the alternative? Because people are like, we just need to move on. Okay, are y'all really telling me, all the let's move on crowd, are y'all really telling me that y'all would rather go with Jones because he's cheaper and younger? Because if that's the case, they can go pull somebody off the street and be like, you're younger, you're cheaper, let's play you. Right?
Yeah. I even throw up this question. I've asked this question on my show, boss.
All right.
Is he the number 2 running back? Is he?
Who?
Ronald Jones. Is he? Is he the number 2? I'm not sure that is really the case.
Yeah.
I don't know that. I'm saying, is Malik the number 2 running back? I'm not even gonna say Vaughn. I know Vaughn is not the number 2. I know Rico is not the number 2. I'm saying the battle really is between him and Malik Davis. And if he's our 3rd running back, then I gotta ask this question. If we done signed him at 25 years old with fresh legs and he's cheaper, and he turns out to be the 3rd running back, why in the world did we sign him? That's my thing. We didn't bring him over to be the number 3 running back. That don't even make sense. Not to me. I'm not sure he's number 2.
You know what we gotta, to me, I'm gonna tell you what I think we gotta be honest with. I think we are in delusional off-season optimism. Because it was our fans that was like, let's get rid of Dez.
Yeah.
But it's like, he's not worth that much money.
Yeah.
But then we had Hearns.
Then you saw.
Then we had T. Will. And we fell for the same trap. While we was trying to run off Dez because we kept saying he's not worth that money anymore. Same thing we were saying about Zeke. The real question to me was he a better player than Hearns and T. Will and Cole Beasley? That would be a resounding yes.
Yes, no question. And let go, even with the player, they want single covering Dez. as much as people like to say they were. He still demanded much attention from a defensive coordinator.
Mm-hmm.
The same thing would happen if Zeke, and like I said before, I'm not knocking Zeke at all. I just, in my view, I think that, where he is now, and I'm basing it off where he left me at, injured. But if he's not injured, then I'm down with him. No question about it. I'm down with him. But the Zeke still demands respect. He still would get the defensive coordinator's attention. Ronald Jones does not do that. Ronald Jones does not scare a defensive coordinator at all.
At all.
If anything, they see him, they're gonna say, swipe the ball. I think he fumbled 7 times or something like. I mean, this dude's a turnover machine. So you can be young, but you can also be not good. You're not good enough to be even get over the guys at Kansas City. So like I said before, boss, I'm not sure right now if he's really our number 2. I'm not sure about that.
So if you're not sure if he our number 2, isn't that a problem?
It is a gigantic problem.
It's a gigantic problem. Because we got Mike McCarthy who been saying, I just want to run a damn ball. And you've been saying for the last 5 minutes you unsure about the number 2.
I've said this.
That's a major problem. Because listen, if you are sure about the number 2, you should be then unsure of the number 1. Because the number one might not be himself.
Okay.
The number 1 is coming off ankle surgery.
There you go.
So wouldn't you want to have a compliment to make sure that you kind of slowly getting Tony Pollard back into the groove, right? Because if you don't trust your number 2, right, then you saying you go put more pressure on the number 1. Is that the best thing to do?
No. And you're feeding right in what I was just getting ready to say. I did a show on that. I said the biggest question mark on this offensive line if we go into different spots, it is the running back room. Because there are question marks on every running back that we got.
Right.
Is Pollard healthy? That's a question mark. Jones, is he good? That's a question mark. Rico,
injury prone.
Healthy? Exactly.
Yep. Super injury prone. Not just injury prone, super injury prone.
Super injury prone. When we go to Deuce Vaughn, he's a rookie. We don't know what to expect. We don't know how to implement him in the play.
And you can't trust him to block.
Exactly. Not especially on no third down.
No.
We got Malik Davis. Well, they didn't even trust him to play in the Frisco game. We found out through your show that there was a problem, that he was pouting and all that kind of stuff. But you didn't even have enough inside to say, hey, put him in. We don't even want to play. So there's question marks on every running back that we have. That's not a good way to start off training camp. Yes, they're talented. Yes, they can produce, but it's too many question marks. So again, like you just said, if you have a question marks about number 2, then you're gonna have question marks about everybody going downward and even somewhat at the top. Because if Pollard is healthy, can he handle the load? That's been the argument on Pollard, since Memphis.
Right.
Since his Memphis days.
Right.
Can he handle the load?
And let's be honest, he can't handle the load.
He can't handle the load. He cannot.
He is not built to be a 3-down back. And that's where we got to be honest.
He's not.
So if we already know he not built to, we got to get serious about the number 2.
Yeah.
So if we are serious about the number 2, to me that says we got to get serious about bringing Zeke back. I'm being all the way honest. Because see, this is because Zeke didn't end up being insurance for Tony Pollard. Would you agree?
He was. And it worked hand in hand.
He could be again.
It worked hand in hand.
They work hand in hand. So right now, do we trust the other guys to be real good insurance?
It's the unknown. It's with Ronald Jones. Let's just assume he is the second. Let's just assume he is.
All right.
Well, what does he really have to offer? Because he's so young, I give him that. Mm-hmm. And you couldn't even get on the field. Mm-hmm. Where the Kansas City Chiefs highlight, Andy Reid highlights great players to play.
Yep.
Because he uses all their skills. He does that. But if you didn't even get on the field, they treated him like he was LaShawn McCoy. Most people forgot LaShawn McCoy got a Super Bowl ring. Well, Kansas City didn't play it down because he just could not get on the field because he was not LaShawn McCoy at the time. So the question really is, again, like I said, do I trust Zeke more than Ronald Jones? Without a doubt.
Yeah.
Without a doubt. Do I trust Zeke more than Malik Davis? Without a doubt. You know what I'm saying? Well, I ain't got to call everybody else out. I don't have no problem if we sign him. His production with a bad knee showed that this dude is a little different. We know that.
Yeah.
We've seen it.
He tough as hell.
And I'm good with it. My only thing was, my only thing is it has to be kind of be like it was last year. It has to go hand in hand. I believe Mike McCarthy would do that, especially since the way that he wants to run the ball. Neither one of them can carry the load like they used to.
And that's my point. So like Mel Hayes said, is Miles Sanders built to carry the load? Is Bart Scott? This is not 1996.
No.
You making my point. That's my point.
Mm-hmm.
Is they shared the load. If you don't trust the number 2 and number 3 to really be good at sharing the load, you're going to put more pressure for your RB1 to share the load.
He ain't built like that.
And he not built like that. That means that you have to take your number 2 running back exponentially serious. And we are not. Cowboy Nation, I'm going to tell you to your face. You are not serious if you think you're going to go in here and trust Ronald Jones, Malik Davis, and Rico, and even Deuce.
It's too many question marks.
It's too many question marks, especially when your OC been preaching we want to run a damn ball. Well, shouldn't we make that a strength of the team?
It's the only position group that I got a problem with on the offensive side of the ball. Everything else, we ready to roll. Even with some of the injured offensive linemen, we still ready to roll right now if we had to. Running backs is just too many question marks, and they very well may produce.
I want to be wrong on this. I do.
I do too.
But I don't think I'm wrong on this. And see, this is because see, somebody said, "How do you know?" Somebody said, "How do you know?" I'm gonna say it like this. If you go look at the history of Mike McCarthy and the types of running backs, they don't look like what we got in the building.
No.
If you go look at the history of Brian Schottenheimer, they look nothing like the running backs. We have a lot of change of pace backs in the building. Yeah. We don't have, like, when you go look at what Brian Schottenheimer was using, he was using power backs from beast mode all the way up into now. But then we think we go give him some lightning backs and force that on him and say, make it work. Because we just tired of Zeke. Make it work. Nah.
You can't produce the tough guy image with finesse running backs. You can't do it. That's what when you look at it as a whole, the most power running back that we have on the roster right now is Ronald Jones. That's it. Rico is all right. And if that's what you declare as your power, and this ain't gonna be too popular because most of the people that I've seen say, hey, we good at running back. The running back by committee gonna work. I've seen a whole lot of folks, they come on my show, say, hey, we good at running back. And I'm trying to tell y'all, no, we're not. We got too many question marks. I hope I'm wrong.
Me too.
I hope that they show out. I hope they go to work. But to run the ball with a physical style, the way that Mike McCarthy has been so far preaching, this ain't the type of guys that you really gonna do it with, because your best guy is more of a finesse running back, and your running back number 1. Malik Davis ain't too much different than Pollard is. He can run inside just as well. We don't know about Ronald. I don't know why he stayed in the doghouse. I'm not a Kansas City Chiefs fan, but I know he didn't play. Rico, if you hit him one time, he done for the year. I mean, it is what it is. And Deuce, I mean, we talking 17 weeks. This ain't Kansas State. You know what I'm saying? Ooh. This ain't the Big 12 conference. This the NFL. Ooh. And I don't know what Deuce Vaughn can do.
All right, I'm gonna move to another point, and then we can talk about whatever. We'll even get on the phone, so we gonna open up the phone lines. All right, my boy Amp said, folks cool with LV on the roster, but want Zeke gone or big goofy.
What up, Amp?
Amp off the tight rope. He's off the top rope.
Yeah, he's like Bobby Eaton.
And see, this is the last thing I'm gonna say about it, unless you got anything else to say about it. This is the last thing I'm gonna say about it. Cowboy Nation. Not only do, in my opinion, we need Zeke back and should get Zeke back. It makes sense to bring Zeke back. One of the main reasons to bring him back is because the running back market is greatly undervalued.
Got that right.
So let me ask you a question. When you want to, what's your favorite pair of glasses? Because I see you got glasses. What's your favorite pair?
Gucci.
Gucci. Gucci.
Hold on.
Wait, I gotta hit a button for you. Well, I gotta hit a button for you.
Give me that Yo Got Flame. Give me that.
I got
Gucci on right now.
Gucci.
The Lord is good.
Gucci.
Draconics.
I'm gonna give you this Yo Flame. So let's talk about it. So Gucci is your favorite glasses. How much does Gucci usually go for?
Oh my goodness. Depending on the frame, we talking at least minimum $750 minimum.
$750. And see,
minimum.
When you looking at the Big Time, when you looking at what he wearing on his face, just think $750, right? $750 right there.
Hey, let me stop. These are real Gucci too. Go ahead. I'm just saying,
so let's
the Lord
talk about
is
it.
good.
Let's talk about it though. And see, that's why I want to explain this from a market perspective.
Mm-hmm.
If them $700 Gucci's all of a sudden start going for $200, what you go do?
I gotta find out who sold me these, who lied to me. They gave me some knockoff Gucci's. You understand? That's what I got. They're real Gucci.
Yeah. So I will say this. What that means is that you got a good deal on those Gucci's because the Gucci market is way below what it's supposed to be. You know you're supposed to be paying about $700 for Zeke Gucci shades. But now because the market is so low for running backs, you go get him for $250. That's what I mean.
Yeah.
So the market is making our running backs cheap.
Yeah.
So we not asking Zeke to come back for $8 million and $9 million. No. We talking about we can get Zeke for $5.
Yeah. Easy.
So let me ask all the people that hate Zeke. Did y'all hate Canoe Neal? He cost $5 million though. Who would give you exponential value, Neal or Zeke? Who's the better value?
I didn't even think that was a question.
To the team. Who is the better value, right? Clearly Zeke.
Clearly Zeke.
Who is the better value, Anthony Barr or Zeke?
They know.
It's Zeke.
No question.
Because Anthony Barr cost you $5 million. Who's a better value, Jordan Lewis or Zeke?
They know. This ain't even hard, man.
This ain't even hard. So why we don't want him back?
Yeah.
You get so if you cut Jordan Lewis, you get $5 million. You wouldn't take that and put that on Zeke?
So it's not hard.
I'm not understanding why people don't even want them back. Cause you can literally cut Neville Gallimore, cut Jordan Lewis, and there go your money for Zeke right there.
But boss, what you ain't saying is what a lot of people want, and I'm not one of them. they see the grass is green on the other side. They want to take a bite of it, at least what they perceive.
What you mean? The current running back room?
No, they want Dalvin Cook. That's what they want. They want that. See, they're saying who would, because that's the question that I've seen in chat groups. Who would you rather have? Old Zeke, quote unquote old Zeke, or Dalvin Cook, who's still giving you 1,000 yards a season? That's what Cowboy fans want them all. They want to, and they're tagging this little title with it, which I really don't like, but I understand everybody has their opinion. They're tagging Dalvin Cook with the tag. If we get him, that means we're quote unquote all in. I don't quite get that.
Yeah.
If you sign Zeke, that tells me that yes, you're all in with that. You know, that's where I'm looking at it. But this thing about getting better, or what you perceive to be better, and I'm not knocking Dalvin at all. I know what he brings to the table. I get that. But Dalvin Cook market value is not going to be what low as you think. Dalvin Cook still believes he is the man. That's what Miami is going to try to pay him, or whatever the case. He just pretty much just waiting on Saquon. I believe that's what everybody kind of waiting on, boss, for Saquon to finally sign. And then I think the domino going to fall from that point on. Dalvin, Zeke, everybody else. They just waiting on to see what's going to happen with Saquon.
Good point. Very good point on that. I will say this, because we got a very good question. This is a very good question. My boy D-Block said, hey, boss, do we know what Zeke asking price is? We don't know what his asking price is, but we know this. This is the thing we know, is that the running back market is extremely low. These guys get paid based on the market. So the market is so low, regardless of what Zeke want, if the market is not delivering it, he gonna have to take what's available if he want to stay in the league.
I'm gonna take it a step further than that, boss. How about this one? Zeke loves the Dallas Cowboys, and Dak Prescott is in his ear. It wouldn't surprise me that if he signed somewhere else, whatever price that is, it wouldn't be the price that he was signed for the Dallas Cowboys. I believe he loved his team that much.
Yep.
I believe he loved his teammates that much. And plus, he got kind of an idea with the salary cap. I just believe whatever, if he signed anywhere else, it would not be for the price that he was signed with the Dallas Cowboys.
All right, so we go get on these phone lines real quick. We go open it up. Me and you debated this out enough. I'm not even sure if that was a fight. I didn't even feel that was a fight. I felt like that was just a good talk, slightly different, but not too much, in my opinion. So we got the call lines open. Let me put the call line up real quick.
I already know who's gonna call in first. I'm expecting this.
I'm gonna call Coach Marv. I promised him.
Yeah, that's who called. That's who it's gonna be.
Him.
Yeah, Coach, you ain't got the call. He calling you.
Hold on. Give me a second. Coach, give me 1 second. I'm hooking you up. Give me 1 second, Coach. Coach finna whoop you.
No, he ain't. Coach be on my show. He done heard all this before.
he finna spike you.
No,
Boss Cowboy Sports.
You there, boss?
You there? You are there.
Man, listen here, man. Big Time Show is my main man, man. I try to catch him every time on this show, man. He give me my little segment so I can vent. But this thing about Zeke being hurt and his production down because he was hurt. Let's think about it like this: if the wear and tear was so great on Zeke, and then he was hurt. On top of that, he would not even nowhere close to a quality running back in this league if he was already worn down and then he got hurt on top of that. The game that I saw in San Francisco didn't show me those guys that was worn down and he was like laboring. It showed me a guy that got 4 carries in the second half of the game. 2 were for 5 yards, 1 was 2 yards, and 1 was for 4.5. 4 carries.
4 carries.
4 carries.
We
4
know
stinking carries.
Broke wide open.
You know
4
what that
carries.
means.
And then we move on to the perception about Malik Davis. I'm not saying Malik Davis is not a good running back. And then we listen to people say, well, he didn't play. Yes, he did. He played in the second half. He got in the game because they brought Zeke out and they put him in the game, and he jumped out of the way of a linebacker coming on a fake handoff, jumped out of the way, and the guy tackled Dak in the backfield for a loss of 5 yards. And that was the last play that he played. And it should have been.
So wait, Coach.
So he jumped out the way.
See, I need to go pull that play up. Let me see. Let me go pull that play up. Coach, do you know exactly where that play
11 minutes
is?
in the game.
Coach, please tell me you know it, because if not, I'll just show it later. But
Fourth quarter, 11 minutes in the game.
That's Coach.
Malik Davis on their drive.
I'm finna pull it up.
On the Cowboys on their drive.
Y'all be patient with
When
me.
Zach.
Go ahead though, Coach. Go ahead though. I'm listening.
Coach said he jumped out the way.
In the same aspect, I'm saying this too. I'm not as down on Rojo, Robert Jones, that everybody else is.
Right.
I'm not saying that Ronald Jones and what we want him to do, he could be serviceable and do a very good job. Plus, he's got a chip on his shoulder, because everybody talk about they over talking to him like he's nothing. And I remember the Ronald Jones guy, that he is a quality running back, and listen, he got picked up late in training camp with Kansas City. This pass happened, people.
Yeah, man.
It's crazy that Amari Cooper put up the numbers he put up, and when we got rid of Amari Cooper, we went crazy about them replacing Amari Cooper with James Washington. Zeke puts up 12 touchdowns, 875 yards, and we say, that's all right. We replace him with anybody. It's just the underlying current is they don't want to replace it with Ezekiel Elliott and have another 2,000 yard combined backfield, because Cowboy Nation don't want to run the ball. They want to pass the ball. And if we get 2 running backs in there that's getting the same production and have a better qualified run game and get 2,200 yards rushing, they're not going to be happy, because they want to put the ball up 40 times.
Mm-hmm.
And if you got 2 running backs, well, now you got an in-house excuse that says, we can't run the ball now because we don't have those quality running backs. This is just the nature of this pass happy, we want to throw the ball. We're talking about, I have talked to a friend of mine today, he's supposed to be a Cowboy fan, but he clamored to me about getting D. Hopkins or trading to get Diggs. And I brought up Zeke. He was like, man, we can get by with Rojo, but we need D. Hopkins and we need Diggs, and you got 2 quality wide receivers now. It's just
Coach, I think you got a little bit of sidetrack, just a little bit, Coach. I think you got just a little bit sidetracked, a little bit. You got the whooping us. You got the whooping Cowboy Nation.
Well, yeah, man, but yeah,
we trying to.
I just think Big Show is, he's just like everybody else. We've been hearing, boss. I mean, you talk. We've been hearing a lot about Zeke played so bad in the game against San Francisco. I saw a running back that didn't look like he was washed. I would look at a running back that, if you were to give him the ball more times against San Francisco, because if you look at those 4 carries, 2 of them almost broke free, and if it just handed the ball off to him,
hold on, Coach,
he would have went.
We got the film up now. All right, so
go to the offensive series, 11-minute mark in the 4th quarter. Cowboys had the ball.
All right, let me find it. Hold on real quick.
And it's going to
You
be
say
the
you
play
got
that
sacked,
gets
Coach?
sacked.
You got sacked. Okay.
Okay, yeah. Thank you. That's gonna help me find it. He got
Yeah,
sacked.
yes.
Did Dak get sacked?
Yep, was supposed to be a play action. He moved right out the way of the defender, and the man ran right by me, and that was the last play he played.
That's gonna help me find it. All right, let me find it because I want to see this play. All right.
Yeah, I want to see him slide out the way like a bull would come
Yeah,
in.
if you say he slid out the way, I want to see this because that would also point to why you wouldn't play him in that game too.
Can't trust him on
Didn't
third
even make
down.
an attempt to try to. And listen, it was even though it was a play action, he didn't even make an attempt to try to block the guy at all.
Okay.
And that was the last play he played.
I said I got
So
it
I
right
think
here.
they were going to play, but they weren't going to run him. They were not going to run the football with Davis or nobody else. They had already in their mind when they got the ball inside that they were just going to. They were going
That's
to
not gonna be
they
a
were going to
Zeke
pass
in the
ball. I
game.
think it's before
Yeah,
this
that's Zeke
series.
in the
I think
game.
this series is.
So no,
Yeah,
Coach, you
I
sure
think
he
it's
was
the series
sacked? Because I
after.
looked at every sack, I ain't see it. You sure he was sacked?
Yeah, it was sacked on that. It was a sack on that play.
Hold on, I don't see it.
What
Coach.
they show you the minute mark of this game?
They
This play right here.
they show you the time
What's
of the play.
the time of the game on this one? I know
This is
fourth quarter.
2:50 in the
This series
fourth quarter.
before this one.
It's the series before this one.
Because they didn't get the ball. They had the ball 2 times in the fourth quarter.
All right,
It's the series before this one.
all right. Let me find it. All right. I appreciate y'all being patient with me because this is truly flying the plane while it's in there. It really is. All right, so hold on real quick. This series right here. So I'm gonna just go through this series until we see it because I
You
want to
got to
see
play
this.
where C.D. Lamb made the big catch. It was right after C.D. Lamb made the big catch.
I started at the beginning of the series. Yeah, so it's not this play.
All right, there you go. I think
It's
it's
this
right
series
after
though.
this play.
It's right after this play. All right, here we go. I want to see this.
I think it's in this series.
All right, so that's
That's
Zeke.
Zeke in the game.
Yeah, that's Zeke in the game. So that's definitely not Malik Davis. All right, so we just saw CD do his little
Same
thing.
play.
All right. My boy say, "Wow, BS, coach." Now this Zeke is in on this one,
Zeke in the game.
so it's not this one.
It's time for bed.
Okay, so we know it's not that play.
That's
Zeke.
he almost got out the gate. And that don't look like no running back that's, oh man, he just watched.
Well, he was injured then, so I mean, yeah, his knee was still kind of, bothering him at that particular time.
So this
He's
is,
tight end block. He's not even gone.
You know,
After they
boy
get this
Lyle
first down,
Collins
he's gonna
was
come
out
out the
there,
game.
man.
Now
boy
he's
Collins
gonna
was
come
out
out the game after they get the first down.
Okay, so this is the when he got that first down. All right, so this you say that's Malik Davis now. Hold
That's
on
Malik.
real quick. Wait. Hold on real quick. Cause see, Dallas Cowboys hard hitter. You've been basically calling out Coach Marv this whole time. You've been saying he BS.
let's go.
So this is gonna be your test. If Coach
Run it,
Marv is
boss.
telling the truth, I'm gonna run it.
Run
But
it.
see, I'm doing a pride check in some of us.
Uh-huh.
See, this is a pride check. Y'all see, is this about being right or is this about facts? Because Coach Marv have done the research, told you where the play is, told you it was the series before this one, and I'm watching a whole lot of y'all say he's lying.
I need the same energy now.
I
with
need the
this play
same
turnout.
energy if he telling the
I
truth
need
on
y'all to
this.
apologize to Coach Marv.
I
now.
sure do.
Coach.
Now we finna let it play. Here we go.
Let me see if he do this Wale. No, he went out on that one. That was not a sack.
That
That's
wasn't
not
a
a
sack.
sack on that.
All right. So, but Malik Davis, he's in the game. So this got to be it. I want
It's
to
the
see.
same player.
Yeah, this is the same play, but it got to
Same
be
play.
the series after this because he said Z got out of
No,
this.
it's the same play. They're the road. The next play, he
It's the
was
next
in
play?
the whole series. He was in that
Coach
series.
knows.
And this is the last series
That's
he
Malik.
played. Well, they
That's
had the
Malik in
ball
there.
one more time after this. So they were going to go to the
Hey,
rotation.
Wale,
running back.
That's it. That's what Coach. Oh,
Watch
see.
this.
Yeah.
Rewind it, boss.
He really, hey, look where he's standing.
He Wale
knew
him,
that was
man.
this guy.
He ain't even chip him. He ain't even chip him.
I just
boss.
want to see
He
the play.
knew it.
I want to see the play. That's what I want to see.
Oh, watch the boss.
Wale.
Wale. Hey, I need
Watch
the
how he
same
turned around.
energy now.
He knew this guy was his guy.
I need y'all to apologize to Coach, right? You looking at it for yourself. I'll leave my coach alone.
Wale.
He sidestepped him.
He did.
He just do a little funny out, and that's why he standing around looking around. He knew that was his last.
Wale, I mean, come on, man. Y'all apologize to my coach. I need
Apologize.
My coach, man.
And my boy Dallas Cowboys hard. He said, "Damn, yeah."
He did the Cuban shuffle, man.
So was Coach lying? Because he described this play. That's when they took him out.
They took him out.
Yeah, because you almost got your quarterback sacked.
Watch Zeke block on this next play when they bring Zeke back in the game.
I'm watching.
Now watch Zeke block.
I know why he pouting.
Watch what he do.
I know why Malik pouting now. I see why now.
Hold on. I got to give myself a hand, too, for pulling up this film on the spot. Hold on. Let me clap for me.
Yeah, clap. I'm with you now.
I'm going to clap for myself because talk is cheap.
Yeah.
Let's keep going, Coach.
Yeah. I need the energy now. Same energy.
This is why they took him out. And the next play after he whiffed on that play, when they bring Zeke back in, this is why Zeke is very important on the
front,
next play.
back, side to side.
Watch this. He just threw his little chicken wing out there.
Chicken wing.
Missed the block. They took him out of the game and brought Zeke in.
Wow.
Watch him just throw his little chicken wing out there.
Wow. I saw it, Coach.
Hold on real quick. Before we do that, shout out to my boy Dallas Cowboys. This is the type of energy I love right here.
Yeah.
I got to show this. Because hold on, Coach. Hold on real quick. Respect to you, Dallas Cowboys hard hitter. Respect. Because you was calling out Coach Marv, but when he saw it, he changed. That's how to be a fan. That's how to be a fan. See,
that's good stuff.
That's good stuff right there. Because it's not about being right. He saw the evidence, so he was like, And you see what I'm saying? I appreciate when y'all like this.
Yeah.
I can't stand the people that actually look at this and then try to come up with another excuse. Yeah. But you was making the case that Zeke made a key block here, so let me let it play. Here we go.
Why he make his block?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's how you block a linebacker that's blitzing, like a lineman.
Bam. Drove him. Met him in the hole, too.
Cleared him all the way out of there.
Yeah, he drove him.
Hey, hold on real quick. Wait. My boy D-Block said, wait. He said, I never doubted Coach Moore.
Yeah. That's why Ezekiel will be important to this offense.
No doubt, Coach.
Oh, Coach. All right, Coach, do you have anything else while I got the film up? Do you want me to show anything on the film?
Film don't never lie, man.
Film never lie, does it? It never lies, does
all
it?
This about Davis, all this Davis about he pouting. You can't pout and go out there and whip on big time blocks in a time when we need a drive and give us lost possessions when you just throw a chicken wing out there. Then you say, I should be playing.
Say that again, Coach. See, listen, y'all. This is not being a homer. This is just telling the truth. Because I have,
But boss, let's set it up before Coach goes with that. Hold on, Coach. Let's go with this.
Had to do is do his job. That's all he had to do.
But check it out, boss.
He can't hear you, Big Time.
To y'all, man.
Hold on, don't go, Coach. Don't go.
Oh, yeah. What's up?
I'm just before you leave, I just want to, because see, he can't hear you and you can't hear him. So I just want to make sure before you go that because Big Time might have something. What was you saying, Big Time?
I was saying on your show, and I'm not discrediting Brian. I believe it was Brian brought it. He's the one that brought out that he had a little attitude. But remember, they were saying that he had an attitude before the game. We were saying, a lot of people were saying that he wasn't going to play in the game. He didn't play in the game. What the film just showed is he did play in the game, and it was after he waylaid the block. He sat down after that and didn't get no more time in. That's what it showed. So Coach Marv is absolutely right. It's not because he was pouting, because a whole bunch of folk pout on the team. The reason why he didn't play anymore he waleed on that block that y'all just saw. Coach Marv, I salute you, brother.
Salute, Coach.
Call that one
That's
out.
it, man. Hey.
All right,
Hey,
and let me call Tariq.
Produce, man.
I'm gonna call Tariq.
But check this out. One thing, boss.
All right.
It makes no difference if he was in the game or not. We had no intention to run the ball in the second half.
Say that again, Coach. Just say that again.
It
say
really
that
makes
again.
no difference if Pollard was in the game, Davis was in the game, or Zeke. It showed the whole second half. We had 4 carries from our running backs. CeeDee Lamb almost had more carries in the rounds than our running back. We had no intention of running the football.
Wait!
Wait! We can't judge guys when you have no intention, when you have an offensive coordinator that has no intention to run the ball.
Coach, man. Clap it up for Coach Marv, damn it. Coach,
Beautiful,
I love
Coach.
you.
Beautiful.
Good job, Coach. Good job.
All right, brother.
That's Coach Marv right there. Clap it up, damn it.
Beautiful, Coach.
Letting the film talk. That's how to do it right here. Now, my boy Tariq, he's the counter argument to this. Let me call you, Tariq. I want to hear
Might
this.
pull the player, boss.
This is a dope show, man. I'm liking this. This is dope. My boy say, hold on, Rick. Hold on, my boy Trey say emotional film selection. All right, Trey. We being emotional. Okay, sure.
He waleed, man.
Hey, what's going on?
What's up, Tyreek? You on the call?
Cooler.
What you got?
What's going on, everybody?
Yeah.
Man, I'm not buying that what Coach Myers just said all the way. The reason I'm not buying that, because I'm glad y'all played that, because I just watched that last night. I went back and watched that game.
Mm-hmm.
And my thing is like this. How you going to sit here and judge the man off of one damn bad play? He was only in there for, 2 plays? You know what I mean? I don't understand it's a playoff game, but my thing is like this. You supposed to Ezekiel Elliott had got a first down before he got on the field and barely got the first down. Barely got it, bro. Barely ran through the hole and got the first down. He got it. But my thing is like this. We all know Malik Davis is a rookie. Everybody had mistakes. That's a big mistake to try to make in an important playoff game. But I'm not going down the man that didn't touch the ball. Ezekiel Elliott had all the shots at doing something. Nobody wants to talk about when Zeke dropped that big pass damn near at the goal line, and it bounced off his damn hands, and that put it right on him. Put it right in where he could have caught it at, but he didn't catch the ball. It popped in the air, and it could have been a turnover. Nobody wants to sit here and talk about that. Zeke had his chance to show us vintage Zeke. You know what I mean? And he didn't do anything in that game. And I can understand what Coach's saying as far as the offensive coordinator didn't have any plans on running the ball, but I can't judge Malik or like that because he didn't touch the rock. You know what I mean? He didn't even get a shot to touch the rock. You know what I mean? So I'm not going to sit here and act like that man's a bum when he didn't even get a chance to do anything in that game.
Nobody called him a bum. Nobody called him a bum.
I'm just saying. But Zeke had all opportunities in that game to do something, but he didn't do anything. That's what I'm saying.
Hold on real quick. How do you do something when you don't even get the attempts? Because Zeke didn't get the attempts either. Pollard didn't. None of them. Like, that's the whole point of what Coach Marv is saying. Like, no running back was going to get off, even your boy Malik Davis. How is even Malik Davis going to get off if they don't give him the touches?
But to say that you put the man on the bench because that guy got sacked, I think that's a bad narrative because he wasn't the only one out there messing up. You got people like Gallup out there not coming all the way back to the ball. You know what I mean? Dak maybe shouldn't have threw the ball out there like that, but the man didn't even make an attempt to play defense on the ball
real quick,
when it was in the air.
You're talking about Gallup now. I want to stay focused real quick.
Yeah.
Okay, let's stay focused.
Hold on real quick. Y'all can't hear each other. Big Time finna say something. You're not going to be able to hear him, though.
Can I say this?
Hold on.
Traditionally, my brother.
He can't hear you, though. He can't hear you, Big Time.
Traditionally.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
He said he can hear you. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, traditionally.
No, I can't hear him.
Oh, he said he can't hear you. He can't hear you.
I'm good. You hear me, boss?
I can hear you. But see, y'all can't hear each other. The way that I got the sound set up, y'all can't hear each other.
Okay.
I can only hear you.
Okay.
What translate?
Go ahead,
you
bro.
translate what
I
he's saying to?
translate. I would translate. Let's go.
Okay, traditionally though, when we start talking about running backs and we start talking about a missed block like that, that is an automatic sign to the coach that you don't need to be on the field. They can't trust you on
Let me
third.
stop you. Because I got to translate. So Tariq, this is what he said. As a coach, and remember, Big Time started the show not wanting Zeke. So for all of y'all that's trying to act like Big Time is over sucking up to Zeke, what was Big Time doing the whole first part of the show? He was not lobbying for Zeke. So all of y'all that's trying to make him seem like he hating on Malik Davis now, that is not the case. Because he was saying the whole time he didn't want Zeke on the team. Am I right or wrong? So now y'all trying to make him into the Zeke, like he loving Zeke, and he never did the entire show. But let me translate what you said. So this is what he said, Tariq. He said, as a coach, in a big moment, one of the most important things is to make sure that you go up there and block. And if you not willing to block and you just throw out a chicken wing, which we saw him do, he did not take on that blitz, did he? He did not. He say in that big moment, you got to take him out. Because especially with Kellen Moore, I ain't going to say that, but I'm going to say this next part to add to what he said, especially with Kellen Moore, because if you Kellen Moore and you want to throw the ball, why you going to have a running back in there that's not going to block?
Block, exactly. Considering that we was in the shotgun from that point on.
The way that play looked to me when I watched it live, when I had watched it last night, it almost looked like it was supposed to be almost like it looked like a misassignment in a sense. Like, I don't know whether was he trying to chip block this dude and they come from up under there so that could throw like a little screen at him or something. I don't know.
He just missed the block. You giving him a pass, bro. He missed the block. That's why he threw that chicken wing out there, bro. It was a coward block, bro. It was a cow. You got to sell out right there, man. You got to be willing to take on that block, and he did not.
Another reason why we know it wasn't
so the games
that,
we can say that in that game. But the games that, I don't want to get all the way off subject, but the games that he did play this season, did he block better than that?
Who?
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like Malik. Because it was some games that that's what I'm saying, because I don't think that Malik is not a willing blocker. I don't think he's that type of player. My thing is like this, I just feel like he messed up on that assignment. I really believe so. You know what I mean? If he whiffed a block, okay, we can say that. I can agree with that. You know what I mean? Because it was bad technique altogether. You know what I mean? He missed the block. I can say that. And Zeke is a better blocker than him. I can honestly say that. But is Zeke a better runner than him still?
When healthy, hell yeah.
But when is Zeke healthy? That's my thing.
Yes.
But Zeke last 2 seasons, Zeke has not been healthy in these playoffs.
Yeah, that's true.
That's 2 seasons. So we're gonna go a third season with Zeke not being healthy in the playoffs?
Okay, Tariq,
that's my argument.
Tariq, you making an assumption there. Because what if, Tariq, what if Zeke is DeMarcus Ware?
You talking about in Denver?
Mm-hmm. What if?
Yeah, what if?
What's my point? What's my point? What was going on with Dallas when DeMarcus Ware was here and we let him go?
He got older.
No.
As far as I remember, I don't know.
He was just like Zeke, playing through injuries, and we let him go. And he got healthy, went to Denver, and what did he do?
Oh, that was a good team. Yeah.
No. What did he do? No, not the team. What did he do?
He did his thing. He won a Super Bowl.
So why can't Zeke do that? See, because all of y'all saying he played through injuries for 2 years. So do you want it a third year? Well, that's making an assumption that he go get hurt again year 3. You don't know that.
Well, we don't know if he's not going to get hurt either, too.
We don't know either way. So we shouldn't assume either one. We shouldn't assume it either way. But I'm going to tell you this. It's a much safer assumption that he won't get hurt. especially given his whole history.
Yeah.
I just want to know that the role that Zeke wants to, like, what is he willing to play? What type of willing to play on his team, like, to where it's like it might be even more, less carries than last year.
I got you. Well, see, this is the thing, man. Just me just keeping it real. Zeke already said what his role was.
Mm-hmm.
Tyreek, do you remember that interview they did with Tony Pollard?
Yeah, I got you. We talked about that. I don't mean to cut you off, but we talked about that.
So why we keep going back to that? Because he already he already admitted that he was gonna take a lesser role. The touches showed that he took a lesser role. Am I right or wrong?
You right.
Okay, so why we worried about if Zeke go get all of a sudden more touches when he already conceded to being a complimentary back and they treated him that way? It's like we're afraid of politics when politics was not the case last year. Pollard was getting the majority of the touches, especially when Zeke get hurt, but we trying to act like they just gonna go all of a sudden push Pollard to the side and say, we just like you, Zeke, because I'm Jerry Jones. If they didn't do that last year, they sure ain't doing it this year with Pollard being worth $10 million now. It's not gonna happen. So it's like we're afraid of the politics boogeyman when he showed that he didn't exist last year.
Yeah.
So my question is this: how is Zeke? Okay, not Zeke. How is people like Deuce Vaughn gonna get their touches if Zeke is in front of him? You know what I'm saying? Because I haven't seen the Cowboys team running three running backs.
I'm explaining this, and I don't even think it's that hard. I'm gonna be all the way honest with you. The packages is gonna likely decide who go get the touches. The packages. So, for instance, if you coming out there with the Texas Coast, where you know you like to throw it to those backs, like a West Coast system, then likely they gonna be featuring who? Deuce, right? Yeah. They gonna also be featuring Pollard. Right, you already with me, right? So, but let's say if they trying to close out a game, or if they going against a team with a weak run defense and they want to be physical, right? Super physical. Well, you come out with Zeke. It all depends. The way that y'all arguing, y'all trying to say it's a running back 1, running back 2, running back 3. It don't work like that. Your running back 1 needs to be the one who fits the offensive scheme of that week. Because, like, for instance, New England, we all know that some games they will come out and ground and pound you. Then they'll come out the totally different and air it out with a totally different scheme. The person who should get a majority of the reps should be based on the way the Dallas Cowboys want to attack that defense. It's not going to be, well, you know, Deuces didn't get it because Zeke is taking it from Deuce. It's not going to work like that. If he is not the best fit for that particular offense, don't play Zeke. But if Deuce is not the fit for a power scheme, don't play Deuce. Is that not fair?
But do you think?
No. First, is that not fair? Is that not fair? Want to answer the question? Is that not fair?
Yeah, it's fair, depending on who we playing. I get exactly what you're saying. I get the picture that you're painting. But my thing is like this: don't these stars have egos? Even older stars, like.
But that was my point of the interview, Tariq. They had Pollard together with Zeke, and he said in 2021, I didn't want to get out the game. I learned from that in 2022. So if he's admitting that I made the mistake of not wanting to get out the game, but changed in 2022, shouldn't you believe that he's changed?
I don't believe it.
Okay, you don't believe it, even though he took less snaps. He took less snaps, which matches what he said. But you still don't believe it. You don't believe it because you don't want to believe it, bro. You don't believe it because you don't want to believe it. Because what he said matched the snaps that was happening. He took less snaps. Did he? Did Zeke take way less snaps last year than any time in his career last year? Yes or no?
No question.
Yeah, he did.
Okay, so if he took way less snaps, doesn't that match him saying that he took a lesser role?
Yeah.
Okay, so what we worried about?
I don't know, but do we really know if the team is just going in a whole different direction? Like from what type of running back Zeke is and what he is now, where he was and where he is now? And they just want to be younger? Like they want younger backs? Stuff like that. Because I get what you're saying as far as the power game. Because you do have to, whatever defense you're going against, you do have to try to get some advantages on the defense, and especially in the running game too. But my thing is they willing? Like I don't know, man. It's kind of a hard decision. It's like I know I got love for Zeke too, but it's like, is it time for him to move on? Because I've seen the same thing 2 years in a row. When it's crunch time, he ain't showing up. Like far as
here's the
playoffs,
answer.
you know what I mean?
All right, so
here's the answer.
Hold on, I'm gonna have to stop the call so Bishop can get up in here. But very good call, Tariq. I really appreciate that. That was a good call.
I get what you.
Yeah, that was a good.
I get what you, big dog.
And see, I like that because you want to hear from people that think different. You know what I mean? And Tariq think different, and I respect that. I really do. Go ahead, Big Time.
I think the answer to that question is really simple, and that is how much stock have the Dallas Cowboys put into Ronald Jones? That's the question. That's the answer to that question. If they put a lot of stock and believe, like kind of like Coach Marv said, he's young, and they say Coach said he coming in with a chip on his shoulder. If they put stock into that and believe that he's the guy, then that answers that question. But if there's question marks, then your side, boss, is 100% the truth. That's what I believe on that part. We just don't know how much. We've heard how much they like Deuce. We already know what they feel about Pollard. We really haven't heard them talk about Rojo a whole lot. We have not. We haven't really heard them really, really talk about them. And we really probably still won't hear about them because I feel like so many question marks are there, boss. I'm trying to figure out, okay, who playing in the preseason? I don't think Rojo. If they really put that stock into him, we know Pollard not playing in the preseason. If they put a lot of stock into Rojo, is he really going to play in the preseason?
I'm going to say this, Coach. I'm going to say this. If they don't play Rojo in the preseason, we should riot. We should riot. Because, see, this is the thing. That would be – this is what I was saying on that. That would be so goofy if they didn't play him. Bishop. Because, see, how do you have faith in what you don't see?
Watch this. Watch. Pollard is not going to play. We know that.
Yeah, they go bubble wrap him. They go bubble wrap him.
They gonna bubble wrap him until he finally comes out. So the way you looking at it is you go get another count body. You coming in with Rojo, Deuce, and Rico. Those are your three running backs, at least for right now, and the kid from North Dakota State, the fullback guy.
Yeah.
Those four. If you're not sure about Pollard, as far as health-wise goes, you certainly aren't about to risk your quote-unquote number two.
You got to, in my opinion. Because this is my thing.
I don't think so, bro.
No, but they got to. Because then why you putting in stock? Okay, why would they be putting stock in a guy that really ain't played in 2 years? Like, I got to know that you go fit closing out. I got to know that you go do good on short yardage situations. The only way I'm going to know that is I have to test it in preseason. I got to put you in those situations and grade you. To me, that's what you got to do, because if you don't, you just hoping fresh legs and an age is going to just make him better than Zeke. You know what I mean?
Let's just say
let's
just say it like this. Let's just say it like this then. If he does play preseason, it won't be a lot. It won't be.
I want to see him in those short yardages. It don't even have to be a lot. I want to see you in them short yardage situations. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If when I see you in them short yardage situations, I don't got to see you on first down. I ain't got to see none of that. I need to see when you put in a situation like what Zeke would get us out of. And let's be honest, who was getting the first crack at them red zones?
Zeke.
No, the first crack.
No, Pollard was.
And what was happening? They was giving Pollard the first crack. What was happening?
Getting stopped.
Yep. And then what we was doing, after he would get stopped, we would put in Zeke, and Zeke would go get you that money. So
Yep.
I want to see Jones in the situations when it's the red zone, when it's third and short, fourth and short. Run him out there and say, can you convert? Can you get it done? If you are then that means you got to pick up the phone. And we've done that before. We've done that. We did that with the linebacker. We did that with Peters, right? We do that. We first see what you about, and then once we put the pads on, if you're not that guy, we'll go get us a last minute free agent. We do it every year too.
Yeah. Preseason's gonna answer a lot of questions,
It's
boss.
gonna answer a lot of questions.
Especially in the running back room. Preseason really is gonna answer a lot of questions because it's just gonna be interesting to see how they do this thing this year. Considering that I already know Pollard's gonna be off limits. But I already know that.
Let me catch up to these super chats real quick.
Go ahead.
And then we'll keep talking. You want to take another call too, Big Time?
It's up to you, bro. I'm on your platform.
I'm enjoying it. We just rocking, man.
Right,
We ain't got no scripts or nothing. We just rocking.
No.
So ooh. See what Mickey just said? Clap it up for Mick. All right. Ooh. Mickey, don't you do this. She gave herself a bullseye.
She told the truth. She told the truth now. She told the truth.
She gave her, ooh. She said they ran James Washington out there without saying nothing. Clap it up, man. Hold on, let me hit her with a
Perfect.
Another one.
whoo, man, see? And how did that work out? That's a good point, Mickey. Ooh, wee. And then my boy Common Sense said, fair. Did a miss block trying to play? I don't know what that means.
Trying to play fake. I think that's what he's saying. I don't know.
Yeah, you might have to rewrite that one. I don't get that one. And then another super chat. He said, "Who going to get those third and fourth and one on the goal line?" Exactly, Weebo. Exactly.
Question.
That's the question. And then Common Sense said, "Why we want him back and we know DC won't do it? When was the last time we brought back a player we released?" Who we talking about? Because that don't sound like Zeke. Because he said DC. Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah, he talking about Zeke on that.
Yeah, when's the last time? I don't remember when the last time we brought back a player we released. Oh, Carr, Brandon Carr. Yeah. Brandon Carr was the last time, and it was for the same reasons. We wanted him cheaper, and guess what? He came back cheaper. So we do it. We do it.
If the price is right.
It's the price. So if the price is right, yep. Coach Marv, I had to think about it, but it was Brandon Carr. That's the last time we did that. Hold on real quick. God dog. These boys hitting you boy with some trivia. Coach Marv said, did we see the same game at San Francisco about Zeke looking like he lost a step on 4 carries?
Wow.
Y'all feel what Coach saying on that? It's like he calling y'all out. So everybody that says Zeke lost a step, he basically said, how do you know that in 4 carries? Kellen Moore. Perfect. All right, here we go. And this is another super chat. He said, it's easy to be flash and show bursts when you aren't carrying a load. Ooh. He telling the truth. Is he lying?
No, Amp right there. Amp put that in earlier, I believe, when I was giving my take. He's absolutely right on that.
He said, has zero to do with the age or injury. Is he telling the truth? I would say yes.
Yes, and mix that in with Coach.
I got Coach on this last one. Coach said, boss, drop our bomb on Zeke. We did. And we did it with the film. So, yeah. Coach, we did it with the film. All right, so anyway, man, I appreciate everybody. Let's keep going, though. We go open up the phone lines. It's free now. We go up the phone lines and let's...
Wide open, baby. Wide open.
I've been liking this. I'm sure liking this. We kicking back big time. We just
let's
chilling.
just relax, man.
We just relax. We just talking
Relax,
ball
man.
with the family. We got the
yeah.
call lines open. Here we go. I'm liking this. This is so dope. Boss Cowboy Sports. Hold on. We got us another super chat. He said, very good super chat. He said, don't overlook the fact that Steele was out. Don't tell the truth like that. Boss Cowboy Sports.
Hey, what's good, boss?
My boy D Swift. I know your voice. Go ahead.
Yeah. What's going on, man?
I'm chilling.
Man, here's my thing, man. Zeke, I was looking at like the total yards like carried for last year, and he was actually like 22nd, and Pollard was 16th. And like they were the only like duo that was like in that top 25. Mind you, there's 32 teams in the NFL. So even with a lesser role and asking to be a running back duo, you know, these guys were still tops and were better running backs than you know, a third of the teams in the NFL.
Well,
so that's one on Zeke. If he's washed up, he's still running better than the Ronald Jones of the world, right? Also, you know, Zeke and Pollard were both top 10 in touchdowns. So I mean, we can like, I think a lot of people are going off the fact of like, all right, he don't have it anymore. All right, cool. So we can like push him off the bridge because he don't have it anymore. But like right now, mid-June, like what other options do you have? All right, cool. I mean, you might have could have drafted somebody, but I mean that in itself is no guarantee, you know, right? So I think what you're talking about and like what we're saying about Zeke, like, yeah, it's cool, like he's lost a step. That's not, I don't think that's ever been your argument.
Never.
So for all the people who are banging the table, they, you know, constantly banging the table, like, you know, like on some, like, you know, calling you a homer or, you know, treating it like, you know, Cowboys fans can't get away from, like, we know when to get away. Like, we'll be very public about, like, you know, we need to move on from Jason Witten. That was a different situation.
Yeah.
But, like, at this point, you're not asking Zeke, like, you know, the tight end one is way more important than a running back 2 or, you know, possibly even a running back 3. Like, I don't need Deuce coming in getting those 10, 15 carries, and I don't need Tony Pollard getting any more carries, you know. I was comfortable paying the $10 million for Tony. I mean, even with the limited amount of carries that I need him to have, because we don't want wear and tear on Tony Pollard. I think a guy like Deuce comes in and brings another like home run type of threat.
Mm-hmm.
So you know, you're just missing that ground and pound. You're missing that workhorse. There's not a lot of proven ones out there. Zeke is still elite at that. He's not hurdling people anymore. He's not breaking 40-yard touchdowns. Cool. But he's still elite at being a very physical player, and that's a very, I mean, that's an aspect that, you know, you don't want to be missing come November, December. You brought in a guy like, you brought in a guy like Deuce Vaughn. He's going to, you know, be able to spell, because I mean, it's not Zeke's fault that your front office decided not to put playmakers around this team. You know, Chuck Cooper, they try to rush back Michael Gallup. And, like, so when Tony Pollard went out, you're asking Zeke to be a playmaker. That's not his game. I don't think that's what you're saying that we need to be paying Zeke for.
No.
We don't want him to be home run back anymore. It's a whole different aspect. And I'm with you, boss. Like, it wouldn't be the end of the world. But, like, I just want to emphasize to the people that's like, well, he don't have it. Like, we get he don't have it anymore. That's not what we arguing. That's not what, you know, the rational thought of why you should go ahead and bring Zeke back. Like, you know what I'm saying? Quit playing. So that's all I had, bro. Man, appreciate you, man. Nice, you know, nice that they got going on, bro.
Man, what a call. Boy, D Shift crushed that. And hung up the phone. That's a mic drop call right there.
And here's the thing, though, boss. You brought up the excellent point that I gathered out of that was that, see, it come a time in NFL season that finesse works, but once you cross that line in November, it's time to put the hat on, folks, for real. And you're gonna have to be physical, in other words. And when you look at this running back room, you gotta ask yourself the question: okay, are we really physical, or are we more finesse? I'm leaning toward the side of finesse for right now. Nope, no doubt about it.
Let's get one more call in here if you don't mind, because Kimberly keep calling. I want to see who Kimberly is. She trying to get in. I'm gonna try to get you in here, Kimberly. You've been calling. Before you talk, Kimberly, hold on real quick. Real quick, I want to say something real quick. Just real quick. It's too many people in here to have that few likes. Let's get the likes up, y'all. It's 200 something people in here.
Wow.
And only 112, 13 likes. This has been a fun conversation and a good back and forth. I know it's very interesting, but let's not forget to clean up our rooms. You know, we got to do what we got to do to keep the algorithm knowing that we out here and recommending us. So take a second, hit that like, go to also the Big Time Show, subscribe to him, and hit that like. Let's just do a little bit of homework and clean up. All right, we got your caller. Who am I speaking with?
This is Ken GT. Normally in the chat.
Let's get it, King.
But last time I talked to you, kind of me and you talked, and you gave me your stand on it, and I swayed off of. I'm balanced as far as the Zeke thing, because I want to make the thing that's clear that you kind of pointed out to me. I don't know if you did or not.
Okay.
But just because you are a bell cow back doesn't mean you're going to be the bell cow back. You're going to come in and be a specialist where you need to be. It's going to be more of a specialist situation. Even with Zeke, we know he can handle the load, but the load is a different type of load. The load is specialized in where he's going to be at, opposed to where in the past we needed him to do a bunch of different things as a bell cow back where he had to take the beat. Well, now, even if he come in to be a power back, Deuce Vaughn is going to take some of those hits just because he has plays that specialize to him. Malik Davis may get ticked just because he has plays that specialize for his needs. Tony Pollard is going to have his normal load. And depending on what else they want to do, there's 3 backs, 4 backs that's touching the ball in different parts of the game, in different parts of the season. So the wear and tear won't be on hardly any of them as the year goes along. So your best backs at the end of the year may get more carries in the bigger games that you need to get them to. And I think that's the approach that they're going to go to, opposed to just relying just on 2 guys for the duration of the season. And then we get later on in the season, whatever we got out of those 2 guys is what's left. And that's probably been the downfall, to be completely honest. Now, Zeke, you get hurt, take a couple of games off. We got a system in place. We got ways to get other people there. Tony, same thing. You a little bit nicked up this week. We're going to give him more Deuce carries because Deuce may have some of that electric in you, but he can run some of those plays. He may not do it the same as Tony, but he can do it in to some capacity. I think that's where they're headed to, more so than we're looking for a bell cow in the sense where they're going to take all the load. I don't think that's the form that they're going to do. I think they're going to use all of them, but they're just going to have ways to implement them.
So let me ask you a question.
Wow.
Yeah.
And I do agree with that. First of all, let me clap it up for the callers first. First, let me do that. The callers are killing it. Let me clap it up for y'all. That's number 1. You boys are killing it. Hey, Dwayne, if I miss your super chat, put your comment back in there real quick, and then I'll address it. Because I'm taking all the super chats and I'm putting them to the side because I'm going to address them again.
Yeah, I got one over here too, Coach.
Go ahead and take that super chat real quick, and then I'm going
to... Mine from Coach Marvin. He said we want to talk about players getting playing time and film. I said film says we need to move. Film says we need to move on, and let's talk LVE and play Clark and Harper. That's Coach Marvin.
Coach Ball. All right. To that caller, real quick. I agree with him. I do think that we're going to definitely have to start the year with a complementary of backs. It's going to start that way. We already seeing that they're not going to have a bell cow back. They are obviously moving away from that. So I agree. I think he perfectly said they're going to be looking for different backs that might specialize at different things. I think perfect call. But I want to ask him, and he hung up. I want to ask him one thing. Who is the back for short yardage?
Well, I try to answer for him. I think that the obvious is Rojo, 200 and I believe 221 pounds, can run inside, used to getting tough yards, especially when we played at Tampa. But the other unknown coach, and I think that nobody's talking about this, is how much they were trying to pump up that kid from North Dakota State. And he's a big guy.
Yeah.
A big kind of plow kind of guy that can catch the ball out the backfield. And so if that is the case, you got two guys who I think it's not going to be Pollard and Deuce Vaughn. You know that. I don't think Rico will make the team, if he doesn't make the practice squad or whatever. But it's nobody's talking about that guy from North Dakota State. Forgive me for not knowing his name right off the top of my head. But you also have Rojo there. I think those are going to be your two short down guys starting off and just see how it rolls. If Rojo don't do right, I believe, to be honest with you, Boss, we're going to know more about the kid from North Dakota State more than we know about Rojo.
And see, I want to know more about him. Yeah. If you supposed to be Zeke's replacement, I want to see it. I don't want to hope it. Because, I forgot who said it, but it was a perfect super chat. Who said it? But they did that same mess with James Washington. Exactly. Same exact mess. Can we take one more call?
Yeah, man. I'm with you.
All right, let's go. I'm having fun, though. This is fun. These calls are fire. Pastor.
What's good, boss?
What's going on, Pastor?
Man, I'm good, man. I just wanted to say something about Zeke, man. Can we just use common sense? I mean, it's just common sense to know that you are familiar with somebody who has been in the organization. There's intangibles about leadership, and then there's production that's proven. The only issue came down to the money, which I can understand.
Yep.
So the money is now there. Let's go with something that's proven, because that allows you to work faster. It allows you to make more nuances, and allows you to be more productive even in your game planning, because you know your personnel. See, the less time we take trying to figure out what we got, the better we are as a team. It just makes sense to me. Go ahead and get Zeke. You give him a respectable offer. You got the money. You can do everything that you want to do and still have Zeke, because I just firmly believe that Zeke wants to be on this team. You got the short down back because he can do that. But the truth is, Zeke can do it all what you ask him to do. He can run first down, second down, third down. He doesn't have to leave the field. Of course, that's not going to be it. But the main thing is he is going to preserve the production of Tony Pollard, Deuce Vaughn, Hunter Lipke, or whoever you use and whoever you need, because now you're sharing the load. It's kind of like what Philly did, because they really have 4 running backs, including Jalen Hurts. Well, that's what we'll have if they just go ahead and get Zeke. You're going to have 4 backs. You don't have to worry about, okay, is Malik Davis going to work out? Maybe so. But you know you got Pollard, you got Zeke, and then you can look at Deuce Vaughn. You can look at Malik Davis, maybe Rico Dotto, or even Hunter Lipke to try to figure that out. But at least when it's game time, man, dude, you got a 3-time NFL rushing leader in your backfield that is proven. And he knows the locker room. He knows Dallas. And he's the best friend of the quarterback. Like, come on, man, just go ahead and make it happen. And just and from there, take a lot of the frustration of trying to figure out what you have, because you already got stuff that's proven, man. And when you know your personnel already, man, that's how you go and win championships, because you ain't trying to figure it out. That's all I got to say, dog.
Woo. These calls are cooking. Thank you so much, Pastor. Great call.
Not a problem, man. Y'all be blessed.
You be blessed too. Man, that was a good call. Ooh wee.
Wow.
That was so much. That was so much to unpack.
Well,
why spend all this time figuring it out? Yeah. Why spend when you already know what you got is Zeke? Like, yeah. And see, this is my thing with what he just said too. We some of us act like we trying to build a roster versus win a championship.
Yeah.
Like we want to experiment with running back right now. We want to give guys a chance. It's like, why are we even thinking like that? Are we trying to win a championship, or are we trying to build a roster? Like, what are we doing?
Sometimes you're a little bit too smart for your own good. That's what they did with this wide receiver by committee.
Exactly.
Before they got Amari Cooper.
Right.
It's almost the same scenario that like, and it also balls on if they go with this. Could we say then that there is in some shape or form a devaluing of the running back position? Because if you got to go have 4 running backs or whatever the case may be, and you're using them all, we're going to preserve our running backs, but it's kind of like what the pastor just said. The reason why common sense is not exercised because it seemed like with our team over the years, common sense ain't common. We just hadn't, some things that we ought to do that everybody knows we ought to do. They don't catch up to the long run because they have this super pride thing going on. They knew the wide receiver by committee thing wasn't working. Why did it take so long before you finally got Amari Cooper?
Right.
You hate to be the pride. The pride was there. You couldn't do it. And I don't think it's going to be as bad with the running back room because I feel like these guys can be effective. But it's just kind of like what the caller said before, man.
Mm-hmm.
It's finesse, and then here come November and December. You cannot beat guys when it start get real tight. When these number 1 and number 3, number 4 run defenses that you got to go against to advance in the playoffs, you ain't gonna be able to shotgun your way through this whole thing. You got to line up man on man and hit somebody in the mouth and say, I'm going to move you here, and there's nothing that you can do about it. And it's going to have to be physical. And I ain't just talking about offensive linemen. You need that type of running back that's going to punish guys. If you playing finesse the whole way, it's going to be a real problem. So I agree with what the pastor said. It's obvious, there's some things that are obvious, but we get in the way by trying to think too much. And this very well may be a case where it really don't need no thinking. You just need to sign the contract.
I agree. Also, by the way, that's a beautiful drone shot of Frisco. I just want to say that on your intro. That's a beautiful drone shot. I love it. That motion, that looks so good. The producer in me can look at that all day.
Almost look like electronic football.
Man, that's a good look. I like that look right there. That's a good look.
Just that goes my graphic designer who took care of me on.
Boy, your graphic, they found the right drone shot. That's beautiful. Yeah. That's a beautiful shot. Because I know where they at. That's right there by the Omni in Frisco at the practice facility.
Exactly.
That's a beautiful look. I just want to give you props on that. That's a very good look. I love it.
Appreciate you.
All right, so let me take these super chats real quick. We still got some super chats. We got more that came in, so let me tackle these real quick.
I missed Coach Marv up on my little chat. I don't know what I did, Coach. I don't know what it was, but I think you back now. I apologize. I'm down here pressing buttons, but I'm sorry.
He said, Card Navy made it out of training camp, OG, as much as we have a Zeke need, and we do, but until he signs, let me see. Until he signs, I can't buy all the way in. Yeah, I understand. I'm not mad at that either, big dog.
Yeah.
And then S-Rag said, Boss, is there any evidence of design runs? Zeke carries versus Pollard. Seems like Zeke got contacted as soon as he got the ball, most carries. I would say that the creativity with Zeke was bad. It was real bad. We've done multiple shows on that. We've done multiple shows, especially one of the worst games was the Washington games. That was the worst.
Just kept trying to run straight up the middle, and everybody knew certain formations. There was no design. Even if you had the same formation, it was not a play action pass to it. It was run Zeke straight up to the A gap or B gap.
And so then a lot of people throw out those averages. He only averaged 3.8. It's okay. Can we look at an offensive coordinator who was very trash at run schemes and did not want to run the ball?
Never.
Does that factor in?
Has to.
It has to.
It has to.
So, and then on the people that say he only averaged 3.8, where did they use Zeke most?
Short yardage.
Yeah.
Goal
so
line.
if you're going against goal line, what you going against?
You're going to get from the 2-yard line.
Eight in the box every time.
Yeah, every trip.
Goal line defenses is what he was going against. You're not going to have the best average with that. So you can't just blindly throw out numbers. 3.8. You got to look at the situations he was used. Straight up. And
how many times has he not seen an 8-man box? How about that?
And on top of that,
From
right?
anywhere.
Just period. Facts. Yeah. The only time that didn't happen is when it was quality perimeter threats. But
yeah,
like D Shift said, when you was it D Shift? It was Pastor. I think it was Pastor. Somebody said when you got all the receivers that ain't getting separation, that make it hard on your running backs. You make it hard on your running backs. But anyway, Go ahead.
No, you got it. Go ahead.
On the super chat, he said, I just need everyone to go watch the film about Zeke. Zeke still can press the line, zone run, block, etc. Zeke is only not here because of the money. Yeah, and the point, and it was crazy heavy as I always show the film. And even when I show the film, people act like they don't see the film. Like, I show the film as Zeke before the injury is looking very good, and people still be like, he washed. Film don't do nothing for some people. I'm gonna just be honest. Some people just believe what they want to believe. I've shown the film many times of what Zeke looked like prior to that knee, and people will still be like, he washed. I can't do nothing with that. But believe what you want to believe. If you believe that, that's fine. But you're not gonna talk me out of what my eyes see. But Coach Marv said, if we want to talk about players getting playing time in film, I said film says we need to move on. Oh, he gave you a super chat on that too. Yeah, and let's talk about Clark and Harper.
Yeah.
All right, so we've been on here for almost 2 hours.
Wow.
And the phones done kind of dried up a little bit. So I guess we can. We got us another super chat. My boy Heavy Chevy said. He said, Zeke and TP best runs were on the edges. Go watch the true. Yeah, especially behind Steele.
Yeah.
That's when they was getting loose. Like, losing Steele hurt both backs. Real talk.
Yeah.
But before you give your final words, Big Time, I want to kind of talk about just one more time what we got coming, because obviously we got a lot more people.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on real quick. Wait. I gotta read this. This funny. Hold on real quick. This is funny. Miss Lockhart, she talking to you. She said, boss, tell Big Time he gotta change his background color because it reminds him of them stanky ass Eagles. Forgive me for cursing too, Bishop.
Hey, Miss Lockhart. The only reason why I got this up is boss wanted me to keep it up.
I thought it was
I usually have a virtual background on my show, so I had it set up this way. I thought I was gonna have it for this, but I did not. But you're absolutely right. It does remind you of the Eagles. I didn't even think about that. It made me just want to knock it down now. Let my wife have a problem. I scrape up her wall.
I like it. I think it looked dope. It got a clean look to me, man. But hey, man. Hey, no, I do like it though. Like I did tell him, I said, keep that. I like that look. That look is clean to me. It's just a dope producer's look to me. I don't know why I like it. I just like it. I think it's real fancy. That green pop into me. And it do remind me of the Eagles. Let's not do that again. You're right. Yeah, Coach Marv said, PFF grades linebacker 2022 ball ranked 14. Clark ranked 19. LV ranked 35. What does that say?
Sound like Clark need to be on the field to me.
And Clark definitely should be on the field, especially with a full training camp.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't worried about linebacker, but I think it's gonna take care of itself. I'm almost certain, but I do listen to the concerns. All right, but let me say this real quick because that's a legitimate concern of the politics at linebacker. I get what you're saying, Coach. But again, I want to kind of remind everybody that we having a lot of momentum with the final word. Since it's a packed house, we had Michael Gilkin, which was super dope. Enjoyed it that a lot of nuggets came from that. Then we had Aisha on with DMV, another fantastic show where we got a lot of background, especially on the up and coming guys and people that was really clowning at those practices that we couldn't see. So she spilled the beans on that. That was dope. But we also got more that's coming. So we got Kevin Gray coming in with Jay Tuck on Sunday at 8 o'clock on the final word. So we gonna give y'all overtime. We gonna be giving you a lot during this period. Wow. There's a lot of media people coming in. It's just a good time for us, I guess. And we just bringing y'all as much as possible. A lot of the people that y'all already love and respect. But what we also doing is we doing a good job of mixing those people with the perfect personality fits. So Jay Tuck fit Kevin Gray to the T. They both, go back and forth occasionally on Twitter. And I like to, make sure that people are partnered together that's going to highlight all the minds, the media minds as well as the content creators. And we going to continue to do that. So on Tuesday, we also have Kyle Yeoman coming in from Dallas Cowboys TV host and reporter. Expect some more insight from him that you might not hear from the others. And we're going to finish off next week with another big guest on Wednesday, and that's Clarence Hill. And Clarence Hill is going to be also a guest with no other than Cowboys Fan Talk. So new media is doing their thing. The barriers are dropping. It's really, honestly, no barriers at this point. We have earned the right to really sit here and give our opinions. And it's just beautiful to see that new media as well as old media are coming together like, never before to really just sit back and discuss football. And I just appreciate y'all being a part of this. Make sure that y'all like and subscribe to Boss Cowboy Sports. Also like and subscribe to the Big Time Show, Law Nation Sports, Big Game James, CFO, CFT, all of these places, because this is where you're going to be able to get all of this type of content of us coming together. We also have way more that's coming that I'm not going to announce yet. So we having
plenty
a good
more,
time. Plenty more. You're going to likely see me and Big Time do this again. We're going to do this again. This was fun. This was very fun. This was very easy, too. This was a very cool show. I like it like this, where we can just turn it on and go. We can go.
No script, nothing.
No script. We ain't playing nothing. We just started it off. We got some film. We got some film, man. Yeah. I wasn't even expecting that. That was dope.
And saw the truth, too,
And saw the truth. We saw the truth from it. So, obviously, what's your final thoughts?
Man, listen, it's really not about the thoughts. It's just a bunch of thanks. Thanks to you, boss, for allowing me to share on your platform. You've been on my show. I've been with you for a couple times. And listen, I appreciate everybody that watched in. Go follow everybody. Boss is doing it, and his team is doing an outstanding job. Support these independent guys such as Boss and Law and OC and Big Game and OC, all these guys, myself, the list go on and on, man. Listen, these are the places, obviously, where nobody has us handcuffed. It really gives you the chance to hear the truth. And the reason why it's becoming very popular now is because some of the media that are handcuffed are now coming over to this part of the town here, and they're getting the platform to tell the truth as well. So never doubt that this stuff is making an impact. It is making a tremendous impact. You never would have known about the Malik Davis scenario that unless Boss and the guys had Brian Broadus here. You never would have heard some of the things that Gilkey put out. You never would have heard about that unless you would have heard it from here. Those guys came over and, really just flat out told the truth. And here's the other thing. The reason why it's so important that you listen to the independent guys is because some of the things that you're hearing some of the not dependent guys say are the things right here that you've been hearing for years from us. We've been saying this stuff and look like everybody's now catching up. And you're absolutely right. Our guy West Coast landlord from Alabama.
Yeah, no doubt.
These guys are the truth, man. All of us are coming together. There ain't no pride here. Lord knows I don't have it. I'm down with Boss. Boss is down with me.
All day.
We are just trying to. We just Cowboy fans that love the game, but we're not scared to tell the truth, man.
Nope.
We're not scared to tell the truth. We're not scared to hold it back. It's not theories. When you're backing up your statements with facts, it's not a theory.
Nope.
It's facts. Film don't lie. If they're not playing good, we say they're not playing good. If they're playing well, we say they're playing well. I appreciate this, boss. Appreciate you with this opportunity you let me have here. I hope some of you guys will come over to my channel where all this continues. I don't sugarcoat nothing. It's really just that simple. You'll see Boss on my show. He got to come on, and Law's been on my show as well. I'm trying to maybe we have a super friend moment and bring all them on my show at the same time. So stay tuned. Hey, come holler at me. Boss, man, I love you, bro. Thank you, man.
Yes, I do. And I want to say this too. Like, this is a safe place to debate. Okay?
Yeah.
That's very important. I want to say that. I see in the chat that sometimes people disagree. They disagree on Zeke, but I still respect y'all greatly. I welcome that. I'm going to tell the moderators, don't block people that disagree. No. That's not what we're about. As long as people are respectable, that's what it's about. Like, like Tariq, that's one of my number one hitters all day. We did not agree today, but he was respectful. I was respectful. Me and Big Time, we didn't agree on everything today, but there was never any beef at all. No pride. We were just going back and forth. Like, no blocking people that disagree. If we say your voice matter, we gotta act like that.
There you go.
We gotta act like that. If your voice, it's not about agreeing with Boss matter or agreeing with Big Time mattering. It's about your voice mattering. So, sometimes we go agree, sometimes we go disagree. So, but I respect it here, and I want y'all to continue to do it. And I want this to be a space. I want this to be a space to where when outsiders come in, they come in and say, wow, these people really challenge each other. I want that. I don't want a space to where everybody always, I agree with you. Ooh, you so smart. Oh, you so smart. Ooh, you too. Ooh, you so smart. Nah, I want them to say, man, when these people go at each other, they mean business. Like Coach Marv did today. Stand on your ground. Like Coach Marv, he did his research. He told us where the film was. We put him on the spot and went right to it, didn't we? Big Time. We went right to it. Where is that, Coach? Where is it? He said,
where that Wale moment at?
Where is it? And Coach, like, it's right here. He told me exactly where to find it. I said, is it? I don't see it, Coach. He said, nope, that's the series too early. You got to go back one more series. So I was pushing Coach, but Coach backed up what he said. So when others on the outside come in, they understand and they learn that, hey, these guys and girls debate, but they debate about the truth. They not trying to be right. Go ahead and also real quick, drop your link if you don't mind. Can you drop your link real quick? You got time to drop your link in the chat? A lot of executives are asking for your link.
Okay. Let me get that real quick.
I'm going to put it in. Block stupid. Yeah, listen, now, okay, let's be clear. People that's trolling, block them. Shoot them. Hold on real quick. Let me put my shooter button down here real quick.
Everybody around me shooters, ain't no telling who was shooting.
People that's just being disrespectful for nothing, shoot them. Get them out.
Everybody around me shooters, ain't no telling who was shooting.
But
I just put in one of the chats, boss. I don't know if that's what you were looking for, but I just did that. I don't know
Did
how
you put it in my chat? Like, you got to go to my channel and then drop your link in that, because a lot of people trying to support you right now. They ask.
I got you. I appreciate y'all even inquiring about it. So let me get you what you got to give the people what they want. You
Give it to them. Give it to them. Give it to them.
If we locked in, ain't no switching up.
Give me just a second.
But we appreciate all you executives. You know, I love it. All the calls, whether you agree or disagree, I appreciate it. You got it? All right, so he put it in there. So everybody, y'all make sure y'all click on this link, hit that like, share, and subscribe over there to the Big Time Show. This won't be the last time y'all see us do this. So y'all just stay up, man. We gonna continue to entertain y'all with these backs and forths. Hopefully we don't argue for an hour about Zeke next time. We got plenty to talk about outside of Zeke. And trust me, we will. But until then, man, y'all stay up. It's Big Time and Boss Cowboy. Peace.
Peace.
Run it up.
Boss Cowboy Sports. Where your voice
matters.
Run it up, run it up.
Run it up. Let's go.
Another one.
The quest for 6, baby.
2 on.
The quest.
Yeah. Got a taste for something.
I need the cash pronto. I don't throw in a session like Romo. Run it up.
Let's go.
Boss Cowboy Sports.
Appreciate everybody.
Yes, indeed.
Let that star shine.